Hello, my name's Father Jack Costello. I'm the rector of Epiphany Cathedral. Thank you so much for viewing our webpage and becoming more familiar with our faith community. Please join us if you can for a Mass or a prayer service or any of the other activities we have here going on at Epiphany Cathedral Faith Community. In this section of the webpage, I give a short reflection on the previous Sunday's Gospel. Last Sunday, the Gospel was about the Good Shepherd, how Jesus does not want to lose any of his sheep, and how he's constantly speaking to us to stay with him and to be one with him. Academy Award-winning actress Marcia Gary Harden remembers the best role that she ever played. When she was struggling to make it as an actress, Marcia says she was asked by the Make-A-Wish Foundation if she would portray the character Snow White for Bonnie, a little girl dying of pediatric cancer. Snow White was Bonnie's favorite movie, and she always wanted to meet Snow White. The actress agreed immediately, and a date was set for her to visit Bonnie. As she was preparing for her bedside performance, the actress was contacted by a casting agency about an upcoming Oliver Stone movie. The auditions, you guessed, were scheduled for the same day as she was to visit Bonnie. She called the Make-A-Wish folks and asked if another day could be arranged. "I'm sorry," the Make-A-Wish contact said to her, "but Bonnie's running out of time." Then the actress called the casting director back and asked if she could audition another day. He replied, "Oliver's only in town for that day. And, Marcia, this is a great opportunity. Whatever conflicts you have on that day, I'd advise you to find a way to reschedule them." After a sleepless night and many tears, Marcia decided to keep her promise to the little girl. When she arrived at the hospital as Snow White, Marcia was not prepared to see how very sick Bonnie really was. But the little girl's face lit up when she recognized Snow White. Marcia pulled it together and went into her performance, and Bonnie was captivated by it. The little girl then asked her, "When I die, will the prince kiss me and then I'll wake up again?" The room fell silent as Marcia tried to think of what to say to this brave, beautiful, honest little girl. "No, Bonnie," Marcia Snow White replied. "It's even better. When you go to heaven, God will kiss you, and then you'll wake up again." Years later, Marcia says of that moment, "There is a quality about acting that makes me feel in touch with something big and mysterious and meaningful. It may sound funny, but the feeling I got when I was playing a role I really connected with was that God was using me for something good. When I was blessed with a role I was really passionate about, I felt like I was doing something I was meant to do." She says, "At that moment in the hospital room with Bonnie, I got that feeling. I got it like I had never gotten it before in my life. I knew that I was exactly where I was meant to be, playing exactly the role I was meant to play." That feeling of purpose, that sense of being part of something mysterious and meaningful, is the voice of Christ, the Good Shepherd, calling each one of us to follow him in his life of selfless compassion and humble generosity. The challenge, as we know, facing every disciple of Jesus is to listen for his voice. In the midst of competing voices demanding our attention, conflicting noises assaulting our senses, dissonant messages noisily challenging our beliefs and our values. If we struggle to hear, if we work to listen, the voice of the Good Shepherd can be heard in the midst of trauma and turmoil, speaking to us in the midst of trauma and turmoil, speaking to us in the quiet of our hearts, pointing out the path of what is real and lasting and of God. To live faith that is authentic is to discover the role Christ calls us to play, the role of disciple, the work that inspires us to acts of loving compassion, Christ-like generosity, gospel-inspired justice, question you could ask yourself this week is, what role is Jesus calling you to play in your life today? How is he calling you to be the gate to the Father for someone else? And who is he calling you to be a good shepherd for? May Almighty God inspire you to shepherd others, and may you lead them to Christ. God bless. Have a great week.